Greece is closed for 48 hours. Flights grounded, schools, shops, factories all quiet as the country endures what's being called the mother of all strikes, arguably the biggest protest since the financial turmoil that's crippling the country started. More cuts, though, could be coming. We go to RT's Sarah Firth live for us in Athens. So, Sarah, we've already seen strikes and sit-ins bring Greece to a halt, but tell us how far-reaching this stoppage goes.
Well, you can see behind me already the numbers growing outside that Parliament building, the beginning of the 48-hour general strike, and already lots and lots of people turning out. We've got the riot police in front of the Parliament building there. A make-or-break week for Greece, that's how it's been described. We've got the upcoming vote in Parliament for even more austerity measures to be passed to try and meet the demands of the foreign investors. And at the weekend, EU leaders will be meeting in Brussels to decide really what on earth they're going to do about this debt crisis. But we've been here before. We had the strike at the beginning of the month. That was the public sector strike. Even more people expected today. Now in Athens at the moment, you've got garbage already lining the street. The rubbish collectors have been on strike. People have simply reached their breaking point, and calls really now for a much more social response, because the people here have said the sort of tax-based measures that have been used by the government and EU leaders to try and plug this massive deficit in the budget simply isn't having the desired effect. And you can see the anger on the streets here. You know, people really have had enough of this. It's very, very tricky. This really, what you see at the moment, is the very tip of the iceberg, because what's actually going on in this country is that they're suffering from crippling unemployment. They're suffering from these huge tax hikes. Most people in Greece have had their wages cut, some by up to about 30%. So a very difficult time for them indeed. And people here have said, you know, whilst you have people as part of the problem and not as part of the solution, then they're simply not going to be able to reach an answer. So whilst the EU leaders are discussing their financial rescue plans and fiscal policies, really they're going to want to be considering how they get the people in these countries back on side and help to regain growth in these countries at such a difficult time.
All right, RT's Sarah Firth on top of the story for us from Athens. Thanks for that report.